Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffee and Radio. I'm Heartthrob Rob, and today we are talking about aliens. A former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a galactic federation. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not ready. Haim Eshed, former head of Israel's Defense Ministry Space Directorate, told Israel's Yediot Ahronot newspaper. I'm sorry, I'm probably butchering these names. The interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction. Other parts were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. A respected professor and retired general, Eshed said the aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. Eshed said cooperation agreements had been signed between species, including an underground base in the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives. Holy shit! There is an agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here, he said. So, before we get into more of it, I don't know if you guys also saw that former President Barack Obama was asked, somebody asked him in an interview, are aliens real? He's like, I can't tell you if I wanted to. And the guy was like, you probably would have said no if they weren't true, He's like, that means yes to me, And I've always thought that, the universe is so big that, dude, there's got to be more life out there, a million light years away, you know what I mean? But there's just got to be. I totally believe in UFOs. Not everything is real, but, aerial phenomena. They're not called UFOs anymore. I forgot the correct term for it, though. But even everything with Tom DeLonge, in To the Stars, Academy, everything that they're doing, I just, the Tic Tac video, the Go Fast video, all that makes me believe that, that there is more to life out there, even with, paintings from the 1600s or, prior prehistoric times or whatever it might be, or cave drawings or whatever, or old clay statues and things we find, old paintings, things like that. Dude, there's like always UFOs in the background, or space astronauts, or just anything, breathing apparatuses. Pascal, there's that fucking picture and he's like totally taking off in like a spacecraft. Pascal, I think is his name. I don't want to mispronounce it, but just I've always believed. And then, so he goes on to say, Eshed added that President Donald Trump was aware of the extraterrestrial existence and had been on the verge of revealing information, but was asked not to in order to prevent mass hysteria. They have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space is and what space is and what spaceships are. Eshed, who oversaw the launch of numerous Israel satellites into space, said he was only speaking out now because attitudes were changing and people seemed more receptive. People are definitely more receptive. I feel like it's not just the Joe Rogan crowd anymore, that it's a lot of other people that, are starting to believe. I think, we're starting to know that, space exploration is a real thing here. And, for us who's just a burgeoning, humanity is just burgeoning and just really stepping off the porch here, I think that, if any life form is just 1,000 years ahead of us, which isn't even that long in the grand scheme of a billion-year universe, that, or millions and millions of years, like that's nothing, So if they're 1,000 years ahead of us, think how much more we'll be doing in 1,000 years, let alone if someone's 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 1 million years ahead of us, So I think about that as well. It's not just, the Joe Rogan podcast fans. Excuse me. So he saw, people are more receptive, and he said, if I'd come up with that, what I'm saying today, 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized. Today, they're already talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I've received my degrees and awards, and I am respected in the universities abroad. I did look up. He's been published by Harvard. In May, Trump said space is going to be the future, both in terms of defense and offense. We're now the leader on space, as he was presented with the official flag of a newly created military branch, the Space Force. When that Space Force shit hit, dude, I was like, this shit fucking is for real. This fool knows. Donald Trump, say what you want about left or right. I'm neither. I don't give a shit about anything. But for someone I think that if he was immediately, told that, hey, aliens are real, or hey, we have secret treaties with people on, that we're dealing with things on the Mars, he immediately would be like, yo, we need to put a Space Force together. And I'm sorry, if there are aliens, I'm not saying we need to go to war with them, but I also want to be prepared should anything arise. You know, everybody's our friend until fucking, you know, you turn into an enemy, but I want to be prepared. But yeah, man, that's the news from Haim Ishid. So, what do you guys think? Are aliens real? Is this a crackpot story, or is this man telling the truth? Let me know what you guys think. We'll talk about it in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. That's all for today.